we ready to begin?
Good morning!
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends.
Yep.
Come on, let's get in character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
I was going to sing that song we were just talking about. Oh, I was going to tell you something off here, and I got to wait for a whole other episode to tell you.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Ike.
Happy Tuesday to you. It doesn't work. It doesn't,
No.
It feels weird.
One day a week is all I can take of that.
I missed it yesterday. Moon Day. Happy Moon Day to you.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Well, don't bring me down.
Bruce.
Bruce?
Don't bring me
down. Bruce. I think we just gave it away.
I think we did. Today we're going to honor Bruce Lee.
Hiya.
Today,
That means very quickly.
Today is the day that Bruce went to the big dojo in the sky.
I was like, where did he go today?
He went to the big dojo in the sky to practice his martial arts in another realm. And so I want to, pay tribute to him because he was an interesting fellow.
Yes.
Very interesting. I have read lots of different things, but I read some bits and pieces out of the newly released Quentin Tarantino Once Upon a Time in Hollywood novel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you read the novel?
Well, it just came out a few days ago, and I read snippets so far.
Wow. Yeah.
And, there's a different viewpoint of Bruce that was brought up in that movie, that he wasn't necessarily always the most fun to be around.
Yeah.
That he liked to show off his skills when he didn't feel like he was being treated with respect.
Yeah.
He would karate kick people out of nowhere.
I just recently learned that he did not have a great respect for Hollywood stuntmen, and he would do what's called tagging them.
What's that mean?
Tagging is when you actually punch a stuntman. Or
That's
actually,
terrible.
Yeah. They'll be like, I just got tagged. That means like, okay, give him a second.
Right.
So he would
That's
just
terrible.
He would like fully hit them and be like, just give me another one. And just like tag that person too.
He probably thought because he was so strong and resilient that the people that were, doing stunts with him should be as well. Which, I mean, there's something to be said for that, but there are definitely other ways of handling that better.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we have moved past things like that for the most part. And
yeah, except when the cameras aren't rolling, Misty's sitting here slapping me around the studio.
You're not, I told you
tagging
if
me all
you
the
ever
time.
told anyone that I would hit you harder.
See all this makeup? So I sit on this side of her. This is her backhand. She can do it with like one.
It's true, I can. I'm a martial arts genius. I don't know, I've never taken a martial arts class. I have taken a kickboxing class once, but I don't think that counts as martial arts.
It does.
Does it?
I mean,
okay.
Sure. You've kicked more classes than I have.
It was actually super fun. It's a great way to get your aggression out.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Kicking a heavy bag.
Yeah.
It's good. Did you know that he was a really good dancer?
Yes, but I'm listening, but I just learned a fact that is blowing my fragile little mind right now.
Bring it.
He was in the original Batman series.
With Adam West?
Yes, he played Kato.
I did not ever know that. Was that one of his first roles?
No, that was in 66 and 67. So he goes all the way back to...
Interesting.
As an infant, he's an uncredited in 1941.
Because wasn't his father also a martial artist?
I
mean, I know his sons.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But he had a different name up until... multiple different names as a child actor all the way up until 57, 58,
Wow.
60. It was Lee Su Lung Lee, Lee Jun-fan, Su Lung Lee, Su Hoi Chun Lee. He's got a ton of different names.
And different
bunch of different child
variations.
actor names, right?
Interesting. And then, of course, he had to Americanize it with Bruce.
Yeah, and then, of course, he was on the Milton Berle show as Kato from Batman in 1966.
Interesting. Okay.
Which, and then 67, 60, 66, 67, he does Batman. And then he does the Green Hornet in 66, 67 as well. Right. So that was a big year for him.
Well, in 1958, he was crowned the Crown Colony Cha-Cha dancing champion of Hong Kong.
What? Is that a picture?
Yeah. He
Is
was
that
a
him?
cha-cha dancer as a teenager.
Wow. Cha-cha-cha.
Of all of Hong Kong.
What?
He was named the top cha-cha dancer of all of Hong Kong.
And wasn't Hong Kong listed as like the least populated city in the world? Gotcha.
I was like, what are you talking
I wish you
about?
had the cameras on. You were like,
I was like,
what?
What
the Hong Kong did you just say?
Clearly, you've never been to Hong Kong because it is a hot mess up in there.
I have never been to the Hong or Kong.
I have a photo with a Bruce Lee statue. So Hong Kong has a Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's the Hong Kong Walk of Fame.
Oh.
And they have stars and things like that.
And
And it's along I believe it's along a river. Mm-hmm. Could be an ocean. I don't know relatively where I was in Hong Kong walking past it, but I have a photo that I
clearly
took.
you've never been to Hong Kong then.
I took a photo with the Bruce Lee statue.
Yeah.
And there's also a Snoopy cafe there and a lot of Hello Kitty cafes.
Did you know Los Angeles has its own Bruce Lee statue?
I don't. Where is it?
It's in Koreatown. I just filmed near that.
Which is
for a project
because
that's
it was from Hong Kong,
it's
not
probably
Korea.
out. Well, it's Chinatown.
Which is also
Chinatown's it's physically located in Koreatown.
I didn't realize that. I thought because I just kind of
they're all.
I always section them off because they go one after the other. But
Los Angeles. Here's a picture of the Bruce Lee statue in Chinatown.
Show me.
Oh, the internet's so slow in this wing. Look at this.
That looks pretty close to the one that's in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Like, it looks very much like the one that's in Hong Kong.
See this one with my cursor over it? Mm-hmm. That is not the one in Los Angeles because those buildings don't exist behind it.
Oh, yeah, and you can see the water behind it. That's the one in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That's one I have
it
a photo
could be
with.
a duplicate. It's like the Statue of Liberty. It's like you get one, we get one. Kind of thing. This is pretty nifty.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so check this out.
Okay.
Wait, I don't have anything to say. I don't know what I was doing there. The movies that he's most known for.
Uh-huh.
The last three: Enter the Dragon, I'm going backwards. Fist of Fury, 1972. The Way of the Dragon, 1972, and Enter the Dragon is 1973. Before that, it was almost all TV shows. But there are a couple movies made about him that he's not in.
Right. I kind of figured that. And people have definitely for a long time paid tribute to him.
Yeah. So there's Dragon, the Bruce Lee story from 1993.
Which is great.
Jason Scott Lee played Bruce Lee.
Which is his son.
Interesting.
Yeah. The one that's still alive.
Yeah. He's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing that came out most recently is Warrior in 2019. There's 2 seasons of it. And it's based on writings of Bruce Lee. It's not scripted by him, but he had
that's cool.
Story novels that he wrote.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it. Andrew Koji plays Sham, who is supposed to be Bruce.
Okay. I've never heard of this, and I completely want to watch it.
Early 1900s. It's him arriving across the sea. They call it crossing the salt.
Right.
And the action is better than any film you've ever seen. It's the best fighting sequences. 2 full seasons of it. Super good. There's love story. There's drama. There's killing. There's murder.
I'm totally going to watch that.
It's so
Sounds
good.
great.
I can't recommend it enough. And I feel like I have a booger in my nose. Can you guys check for me real quick?
Stop it.
Just a little bug there.
Stop it.
Do you have a fact about the Bruce?
I do. Do you know how he got discovered in Hollywood?
I don't. I could guess off of his IMDb, but I'd rather hear what you have to say.
By a hairstylist.
No way.
Jay Sebring, Sebring, who was part of the Manson murders. He got murdered.
The guy who found Bruce Lee got killed by Manson.
He was, if I'm not incorrect, he was Sharon Tate's best friend that was there that night and was murdered.
So that's
Jay Sebring.
That's why they put that Bruce Lee sequence in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah. So he discovered him at the Long Beach Karate Championships. He had a celebrity client that went there, and he went with him, and he saw this fantastic haired, young man. And he told his producer friend, William Dozier, about the talented martial artist. And he immediately contacted Bruce Lee, and the rest is history.
I got to rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's so great.
Because there's, the real... Tarantino put that that fight sequence in there with the stuntman because of the character that
Right.
Brad Pitt played.
Yes.
Because that's a real thing.
Cliff Booth.
Cliff Booth. There's a real incident
Right.
that really happened.
Right.
It's based on a true story. It's not pound for pound.
Oh,
But-
similar to the entire premise of the movie. Like it's based on a true story reimagined.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the ending of it, spoiler alert, is what would have happened had the Manson murders not played out the way that they did in reality, which
And,
is so great to me.
Yeah. Our attorney here at Bricker Media Group worked on the film.
Nice. Nice. So did my friend Brad Pitt.
Yeah. He was in the back. I don't think he got noticed, but my friend Chad, what's his name? I can't remember his last name. He was in Titanic. And
Chad. Do you mean
I can't remember his last name.
Leo?
Chad DiCaprio. That's
Chad
it.
DiCaprio.
Oh, Bradley DiCaprio. I think.
Brad. No, that's.
Yeah,
that's
we hang out a
different.
lot. I'm sorry. He'll probably be mad that I got his name wrong. But
Oh, Bruce Lee had terrible eyesight.
that's interesting.
He was supposed to wear large glasses all the time and was one of the first people to ever try contact lenses.
Wow.
That way he could see and they wouldn't fall off his face when he was doing martial arts.
I was about to ask how he could connect his punches if he couldn't see.
Yep.
Did you know this is kind of getting up in his dating business here a little
Up
bit.
in that business.
But he dated a girl named Amy Sanbo for 3 years and asked her to marry him multiple times, even though she kept rejecting him.
Oh, that makes me sad.
The last time
no
was
wonder
in-
he wasn't nice to people.
I mean, I would be angry too
His
if
heart broke.
Sanbo wasn't dishing it out for me either.
Right?
It'd be weird to be an international megastar and then be like, all these other women want me, but I want this woman and she doesn't want me.
Right.
That's tough.
Welcome to life.
The last time was in the summer of 1963, before he was to return to Hong Kong to visit his family. She said no, and they went on their separate ways.
Oh, man.
Apparently, he had a great sense of humor, though.
Yeah. I've heard he was very much, very sarcastic. Smarty Alec.
Oh my goodness. He had a surgical procedure at the age of 22 that most people have when they're first born as a male.
Oh, he got circumcised at 22?
Yeah, Bruce Lee became
buddy.
circumcised, unless I'm reading this wrong, at the age of number 15. If you're reading along at home, Bruce Lee became circumcised at the age of 22 while he was visiting Hong Kong because his father suddenly wanted Bruce to be circumcised.
Oh, that is a weird conversation to have at 22.
Yeah, the oldest I've ever
Son.
had a friend get circumcised was 9.
He
He had to take a day off of school for that.
Man.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, he did end up getting married, obviously, because he has kids. So,
Yeah. Tell me about that.
uh,
Tell me about that wife.
he had a shotgun wedding to Linda Emery,
Oh,
75-76.
Linda.
Bruce returned to Seattle on August 12th, 1964, and secretly married Linda, who was pregnant, using the wedding ring of James Lee's wife, which she had let him borrow.
Oh, he borrowed a ring.
Who's James Lee?
Probably his brother or brother-in-law or something like that.
Well, let's find out. Who is James Lee? Who is James Lee to
That's very
Bruce?
interesting.
James Yim Lee was an American martial arts teacher, pioneer teacher, author, and publisher. James Lee is known for being a mentor, teacher, and friend of Bruce Lee. So that was his master. I mean, in the
That
Kung
was
Fu
his
sense.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
I love that story.
Yeah. Will you marry me with my karate teacher's
Right. My mentor's wife's ring.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this is super cute. So he was a teacher at that same place as James Lee.
Bruce
Bruce was
taught where James taught?
teaching.
Yeah.
So the young woman, Linda, in the summer began taking kung fu lessons from him in Seattle. After class one day, he asked her on a date, and he took her to the Seattle Space Needle.
Oh.
And then they got married, even though they knew that their parents and society wouldn't really approve of their interracial relationship. And they went ahead and did it anyway. That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
Not that it's related in any way, but they talk about in that Ocean's 11 documentary I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. They talk about Sammy marrying that.
Oh, yeah.
And how that had to go down with
Yeah.
Frankie and all the guys and how they had to
Yep.
navigate that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. interracial marriage in the 60s and 70s.
Whew.
Not an easy thing to do.
Carried on a little bit longer than that.
Still tough to this day.
Still tough. Yep. So he also gave private martial arts lessons, charging exorbitant fees to deter people from thinking that martial arts was quick or easy to celebrities. So he gave classes to Steve McQueen, Roman Polanski, Sharon Tate, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, wow.
McQueen and James Coburn were pallbearers at Bruce Lee's funeral.
I'm trying to Google how much it costs to study under Bruce Lee, but it's not coming up quick.
Well, I bet it was a lot.
Yep. The only thing I could probably beat Bruce Lee at is podcasting.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that clip where he's playing ping pong with the nunchucks?
Yes.
Definitely not real.
It's so incredible, though.
Yeah. But when it first came out, everybody was like, whoa! All right, guys.
Well,
that's everything we can find on the internet about Bruce Lee in 15 minutes and 44, 45, 46.
Stop.
What if I did that for 2 minutes?
Stop it.
Well, since it is probably one of the days of the week.
Tuesday.
And not Friday.
Not Friday.
We'll see you
tomorrow.
That's the day that yes. It's the day after
Wednesday.
today. Yes. Bye, folks.